Have you ever looked around and thought, everyone else has life figured out and I don't? People are getting married, having kids, getting engaged, all the things. And you're literally nowhere from that. And you feel like there's literally something wrong with you. I've felt like this for so many years. Losing a parent at such a young age, when everyone else still has their parents and you don't, going to events and getting married, having kids, getting engaged, everyone your age still has their parents. And it's really hard, and I really struggle with it. And I really struggle with the way people talk to their parents. Like, yeah, I know everyone has their ups and downs and everyone fights, but I just wish that I could talk to my mum again, and there was no way in hell that I would talk to her like that, even though that I did. But if I had that second chance, oh my god, there'd be no way ever I would treat my mum how I used to treat her or talk to her or anything like that. I guess I just see the world a little bit different now since losing a parent, and it is really different for me and how it goes. Like, I have so many mother figures in my life. Like, I have so many of my friends' mums and my aunties and all that sort of stuff, but it's just not the same. But I'm very glad that they're in my life. When you're growing up, you can feel very lonely, and I think I've felt probably the loneliness when I went into my health and fitness journey, when I wasn't drinking and partying with my friends, and then they just didn't even invite me places because they're like, oh, Susan's not going to drink, so what's the point? Susan's only fun when she's drunk, you know? So I didn't really get invited to places, so I had to find my own company, and I can't do my own company. Like, I have struggled with it for so long, but I finally have it pretty well down pat now that I've actually done this huge self-development health journey. I can actually sit in my own house and love my own company. I really love that about myself, and I really recommend anyone at a young age to really be able to be in your own company, because you're the only person you're going to be with for the rest of your life. So you may as well love that person. I have big goals, and I'm very disciplined with my racing and my health and fitness. And a lot of people just don't understand. You know, like, I'll go out and go to a birthday and I'll have the birthday cake. I'm not a huge fan of birthday cake, but like, I'll eat it if it's there. And you'll get served it, and they'll be like, and you're like, oh no, sorry, I don't want any. Oh, but Susan, you can run it off tomorrow. No, that's not the point. I just don't want it. You know? I don't think it's jealousy. People just don't understand my mindset now, as I'm so determined. All I think about is my goals, and I work on it every single day. Literally, I think about this all the time, is everyone thinks that life is this timeline, like you have to get married before you're 25 and all this sort of stuff. It was drilled into me that have kids and get married before the age of 25, be a young parent, and well, I'm nearly 32 and I am single and don't have any kids. But every day, I wish that I had a partner and kids and all that sort of stuff. I can't wait to have that. Like, I'm going to be the best parent ever. I just cannot wait. And to share that with someone else, can't wait for that moment. I've been waiting for this moment my whole literal life. But I will get there. We will get there. And, you know, I can't wait for that part of my life. But I think it's just drilled into everyone that this is the timeline. If you're not on this timeline, your life doesn't work out. That is a whole lot of bull. Right now, if I said to an 18-year-old that just left school, go traveling, travel the world, go work overseas, do things that scare you. Because if it scares you, it might only scare you for a little bit, but you wait until you figure it out and you love in life, and just go and experience things. That is for sure. Like, I never traveled overseas until I was 30. And I'm like, wow, what, I missed out on this whole time? Traveling overseas or what? And I ended up going over by myself because I'm like, I can't wait for anyone. Like, I was waiting, to maybe have a fiance or a partner or whatever that wanted to go traveling, and I'll just wait for that. I was waiting forever. So I just went over and traveled, and it was the best thing ever. Scared the absolutely shit out of me, but we got there in it. I'm back in Australia. It worked out. I used to compare myself so much to people, so much on social media. Like, you used to see all the girls on social media that were really fit and all that sort of stuff, and I'm like, I want to be like them. And then, like, you realise that they're not always like that. Social media is the biggest highlight reel of all time. Me being now really fit and healthy, like, I'm not even sitting in a glamorous position, but like, I can take a photo 1 second and look so lean, and then I can like the next second take another photo and I can look horrid. It's all about the angles. And then you realise this, like, oh my god, these girls you think are lean but probably aren't, but they are, but like, they're just getting the lean photos and this and that. And like, you have like the athletes and all that sort of stuff. They're just putting a highlight reel out, and everyone's believing this highlight reel because that's all social media is. It's just a highlight reel. Maybe they might put a down day or something on there, but like, it's just one big highlight reel. Social media. Truly only found myself at the age of 31. I was focusing on my health, my racing, my goals. I truly felt myself the most confident person when I was 31 years old. And I think it's just because I had so much discipline and I fell in love with myself for the very first time. Discipline is everything. Everyone is different. Everyone has just different discipline. I had big goals, so I know I have to go to the gym, and that even though I do not want to get up in the morning, I have to get up. I need to get up, do this, do that, because that's just another stepping stone to my goal. Because if it gets to the end of the day and I get to a race and I get a shit result, it just comes back on me. Because I didn't do the time and I didn't do the work. So if you do as much work as you can, you physically can, and you try your hardest, that's all that matters. That's all that truly matters. I do sometimes wish that I probably found myself a little bit earlier in life, maybe like around 25, but that's okay. We had a lot going on. But I'm really loving the 30s of my life because I just don't care. I don't care what people think of me. Hey, you can think whatever you want to think of me. I don't care. I'll do what I want to do. You like it, you don't, you know, whatever. It was like when I put this podcast out, I was like, what's people going to think of me? And I was like, hey, hang on, Susan. We're not caring what people think of you. You want to do this, so you do this. We're doing it. We're like episode 3. Like, wow. So if life feels a little bit different to you, you are not on the wrong path. Sometimes this path can feel very lonely, but just know you're on the right one. Just hang in there and you will figure it out. You're not the only one.